Hello, my name is Christian DeLuna, and today I would be discussing a brief summary of my report. The report noted the increasing demand for computer programming is to be included in the education system. It is due to the fact that there is an increase in the recognition that the future is going to be more digitized and saturated with technology, and as well as be more successful. Coding with all this, because it's going to be saturated with technology, coding will also be very essential. And you will need to learn how to code. To ensure that as many people as possible have the knowledge of coding, the best strategy is to teach the skill to children. So when they get older, they're experts at coding. If you teach them at a younger age, they will know how to code when they're in their 20s and they'll be experts. The demand for programming literacy among the school going children provides an opportunity for businesses and schools to provide the trainings in the field. Now, establishing a franchise business to provide training in the skill is a huge and crucial measure that has been taken by a number of players, and still is an appropriate move to do. Now, when establishing the business, the strategy is to start off with a few units, with an aim of further growth as the business gains further connections and as well as partnerships. Establishing the brand is very essential for a franchise business. Establishing a technology education system in the U.S. will require that providers keep in touch with the developments in Silicon Valley in the company's educational material. The business should be started with an initial funding and then expected to grow from its proceedings and those acquired through partnerships. Establishing partnerships with schools can be a move to ensure that the program access significant numbers of children. Through establishing information technology platforms, the business can provide grounds to learn computer science. Now, if people learn computer science, this is going to be very crucial with coding and knowledge that you need to acquire, because coding is going to be very important because the technology is going to be saturating the US. And in today's society, we see that technology is really advancing in today's society. So it's actually going upward on the scale. Um, so, with this being said, to effectively provide the service to children, the business will use customer segmentation and need analysis. Now, these measures will ensure that the learning materials and services offered to the learners will fully address their learning needs and will be effective for each learner. Now, the program can use age scalable programming language that will change based in the states of the children. Through need analysis, the business will be able to provide superior services that can actually enable it to beat their competitors and actually establish the brand, which builds brand loyalty. And if you do this, the brand can actually be superior among all your competitors. So it's definitely going to be ideal to do this. Among the school going children, age is the most important classifier, since it largely determines the grade of learning a child belongs to. Still, it is very important to have individualized learning. And now this has become because some learners may require specialized attention than others. It is also important to note that children can have different areas of interest. So it is important to identify their areas of interest and incorporate it in the learning so that they find the learning to be more fun. Since the opportunity has existed for some time, there are brands that are already established in the market. The strength that exists in the sector is the increasing demand that continuously presents an opportunity for the established and startup brands. Now, One weakness of the existing brands is that most of them do not provide individualized for the learners. By considering that the learners need different attention to their learning. Now, I feel like if you have a strong point would actually be to actually have individualized focus on the learners, because when you're trying to learn something, you definitely need as much focus as possible to be an expert in that field. Now, this is one of the weaknesses of a lot of brands is because they don't have individualized focus for the learners. So, with this, there's an increase in the opportunity to expand the business due to increased demand. However, a threat to the business is the possibility of emergence of a disruptive technology that may interrupt the scale requirements. The concepts will be taught through classroom based after school courses, holiday programs, and programming boot camps. Now, this is cool because if you have programming boot camps and holiday programs and after school courses and incentives to really learn about technology when you're an, a kid, like an adolescent, um, you'll then be growing, learning about technology, and you'll by the time you're around 20, you'll be an expert and you'll be good at coding, C++, structured query language, and all these fascinating technologies, which is very good in today's society because today technology is everything. We're all gonna be saturated by technology, and who knows what's gonna be going on within the next few years. We'll probably have robots. We don't know if we're gonna have robots doing our work for us. They say a study has shown that in the near future, years from now, accountants might go out of business. We might have programs that actually do the accounting for us, and things like that can happen in today's life. The market strategy will be starting small with the expectation of future growth. As the business establishes connections and brand presence, finally, the progress of the business should be gauged by the mastery of the concepts displayed by the learners and the response of the consumers to the business's concepts. And that's the summary of my report. Thank you.